A game with you. This is Quizlet Corner, Quizlet Corner, Quizlet Corner. It's back. This is the first time we used to do Quizlet with a Neke all the time, and now that we've got this is your indoctrination. That sounds. I've watched too many cult TV shows to use the word indoctrination. This is your induction. Is that a safe word?
All right.
Okay.
I'll take it. Is that a safe word?
This
I
is
love
your.
it.
Is it someone's safe word?
This is your coronation. There we go. How about that? We like that. This is your coronation. It's Minority Korner. All right. This is Quizlet Corner. There are 2 rounds. And the way this is going to work, I'm going to read some hot topics or headlines, and one of them is not true, and you have to guess which one is not true, okay?
I'm really bad at this game.
You're going head to
it.
head.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be bad, too. Don't worry.
You're going head to head. There's only 2 rounds. This first round is worth 10 points if you get
it. Wait, it's a competition?
I mean, you're competing for, like, everyone will win, but you are...
Oh, okay.
You both are individual teams.
Oh,
But
okay.
in the end, Minority Korner wins because you're both part of Minority Korner. So there we go. All right. When it comes to reparations and making amends, which one of these events is not true, a.k.a. did not happen recently? Number 1. Hottie McHotterson, California Governor Gavin Newsom, signed a bill establishing a task force to study and make recommendations on reparations for slavery. Could be true, could not be true. Second one, Asheville, North Carolina city approves reparations for Black residents. Could be true, could not be true.
That doesn't sound like North Carolina.
Let's see. Survivors. Oh shit! Did I mess this up? Well, hold on.
I'm just
oh my god! Wait, hold on. I'm so sorry. This is why Sarah's gonna.
Wait, did the headline really say Hottie McHotterson, Gavin Newsom?
No, just one of these things. True. Okay. Okay. Survivors and descendants of the Tulsa massacre has filed a lawsuit against the city for its role in the riot. And the fourth one could be true, could not be true. Okay. And the witches of Salem have sued for their. Okay, wait, no, that one's definitely not true. Hold on.
Get out of my face.
I was like, what?
Wait, can we
want
just
to
do
be a
3
witch?
questions? Like, is it how many options do we have?
There's those 3. Yes.
Okay.
I think the Tulsa one is true.
Yeah, the Tulsa one is true. The other 2 aren't because North Carolina's racist.
Oh wait, no, only one of these is not. Only one of these is not true.
How do you not
I'm sorry.
rules?
I didn't read the last one. Sorry. Have fun
Oh
editing
my
this.
God,
Have
guys.
fun editing this. Okay. Yes. And the Senate has finally approved a task force to look into reparations.
LOL.
One of them is not true.
One of those is not true.
Wait,
The
so
Senate didn't do it.
Yeah, the Senate.
The Senate's a lie.
The Senate don't care.
Because it's led by Mitch McConnell. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's other ones that are true. Yes, Hottie McHotterson, Gavin Newsom did sign a bill establishing a task force. This is why we love him. Gavin Newsom just crushing it. He signed Bill AB 3121. It's the first of its kind in any state. It was signed recently. It creates a 9-member task force that's going to inform Californians about slavery, and it's going to explore ways that the state might provide reparations. And so this is really exciting. And people are like, oh, reparations, like we've had reparations that have happened in this country before. It happened to Japanese Americans before. In Germany, they did it for Jewish folks. Oh, Sarah's pointing. She know about reparations. She can tell you all about reparations. Okay.
We know. We don't know.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And until you make amends for the sins of the past, you cannot completely heal at all. Also in February, go off Gavin Newsom in California, he made on behalf of California, he made a formal apology for the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II. So where 100,000 Japanese Americans were incarcerated in the country. And then the other point I had read was about Asheville, North Carolina. They approved reparations for Black residents, but the measure stopped short of stipulating for direct payment. So essentially what it is, it's providing and promoting home ownership and business opportunities, but they're not necessarily direct cash payments. Some people have been like, this is just kind of just scratching at the surface of the larger sort of issue.
Yeah.
They make up 12% of the city's population. They apologize for their participation in slavery, whereas like it's one of the oldest, like, you know, slave places. So step in the right direction.
Slave place.
One of the oldest slave
One of those,
places.
oh, you know, one of those slave places.
I just
I
spit
meant-
in my mouth. Oh, I'm so
As
glad
you have to when you say slave places. We're not one of those slave places.
I'm sure Connecticut's done some racist shit. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sure Connecticut's had an experience of being one of those slave places before.
I really need you guys to see James's face right now. We might need
Oh,
to do
yeah.
a clip of him
You
saying
get to see,
slave
like,
places.
What's up with those
Slave
slave places?
Oh yeah,
I
like when
hate
he did the
it.
Raven Simone look when he was like, "I wish I had seen." Yeah, I wish I had seen that. Anyway, sorry.
Too much. Okay,
Thanks so
all right.
much. Okay.
So then I want to talk about Tulsa. Tulsa, you know, go off. There are the leading plaintiffs. So Tulsa is suing the city. The survivors of the descendants of the 1921 Tulsa massacre are suing. They're suing the city. So the plaintiff is 105-year-old Leslie Bedingfield, Mother Randall. I guess Mother is like her nickname.
Mother Randall.
Mother Randall. That's
Mother.
sweet.
God.
Mother Randall. What
Ooh.
if it's weird? See, I've never seen that written before. I just heard it. Does that make sense? Like I've never like Mother Randall. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you, Sam.
You know, that actually reminds me of our dear friend Ben Randall. So, hi, friend.
Hey,
Friend of the pod.
Ben.
Ben's been on the show before.
Hey.
Of the Randall, I would call him that from now on.
Mother Randall.
Mother Randall is
Mother Randall.
well, it's gonna get serious for a moment. Mother Randall is one of 2 known massacre survivors who are still living. 105. Can you imagine? Also included among the list of plaintiffs are descendants of the massacre survivors and victims. There's some other people, and essentially they're using that the city has like a nuisance law, and they're using that against it. And so like they're saying that the city essentially was acting as a nuisance against the residents. And they're using their own nuisance law against them, and they never rebuilt it. They just allowed all of this, you know, death and destruction to happen. So
Wow.
they're suing, and that's gonna definitely should end up into some cash payments. And also too, when you talk about reparations, like the reason why when the Asheville, North Carolina one falls so short is because we're talking about trillions of dollars that were made on the backs of black people that they never saw a dime of it. So you just to be like, oh yeah, you can have this shop over here to participate in capitalism, or like, I guess here's a home. Like, it's like, okay, that's a cute start, but we need to like still be creative as a society. And then the one that was false was like the Senate hasn't done jack shit. There has been a bill that has been on the House of Representatives every year for decades to just look into exploring reparations, and it has never passed. So this is what we're voting for. We're voting. This is why you're going to the polls and you're voting, so we can get people in the House and in the Senate. All we're saying is like, can we get a committee to explore this? Like, let's get creative. We're human beings. We're creative. Like when we talk about defund the police, it's like, let's reimagine what society would look like. Let's reimagine what kind of forms reparations would take place, so we can finally put this atrocity to rest.
Jewish people got reparations.
See,
Well, I don't think I got them from the government, but like I got them from Germany.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
don't make me go all the way to Portugal to go like be like, hey,
Girl, don't maybe
the
go to Capo
money.
Verde. All
Where's the
right. Try to
money?
bag, excuse me.
All right,
And
you
we
both-
got the money.
You both got 10 points, so
Yes.
ding, ding, ding. So
Love
now
that.
we're going to the next round. It's pop culture, and this one is worth 100 points. It's the last round, so you could have not. This one's worth all the bacon. One of these things
All the fake bait.
did not happen. We're looking for one of these things that did not happen. Happen in pop culture. Tyra Banks, the new host of Dancing with the Stars, smashed it out of the park, leaving all the haters speechless with her new hosting job. Could be true. Could not be true.
I don't know.
Our BAP, Meghan Markle, BAP stands for Black African American Princess, continues to live her best life untouched by the crown, but 1 degree of separation from the crown, returns home doing the work.
Doing the work.
With a deal with Netflix. Could be true, could not be true. Warner Brothers is adapting a comic book superhero called Black, where all the superheroes in the world are black. Could be true.
Wait, black what?
They're just
It's called black.
They're all black.
Oh,
It's called Black, and there's no there's no like Black Panther, there's no Black Lightning, there's no Black Sharita, there's no it's just black. We always
Black
get something
Sharita.
else.
Black
Limbo,
superhero.
Black Magic, Black Speaker,
Black magic.
Black
Ooh.
Boot. We're always something. Anyways, Blackfish. Like there is Black Manta is an actual character in a DC comic book, and guess what? He's black.
He black? Yeah. Hello.
Anyways,
Hello.
Warner Brothers is adapting it. Or it could be true, could not be true. And Disneyland is not open for business. Could be true, could not be true. One of these is not true. One of these is not true.
I didn't watch Dancing with the Stars, so I don't know.
Okay.
I'm putting my vote in last because I know the answer.
Oh, you go. Oh.
See what I'm saying? I'm trying to get them points.
All of a sudden, it's game one. It's like, oh, is this a competition? No, we don't want to. I'm going last because I want to win.
I mean,
One
here's
of
the
them
game. Are we in an
didn't happen?
alliance?
We're not. There's no alliance.
Oh, are we in alliance?
Oh, we
There's
can't do alliance?
Oh, we can't be in alliance?
Just take
Oh,
a
okay.
guess. It's
Well,
fine.
I didn't watch Dancing with the Stars, so I don't know. I wish they would. Disneyland, I think, is open because Disneyland made that creepy commercial with the creepy shit.
Are you going
I
to
think
Disneyland?
Disneyland. Oh, Disney World is open, but Disneyland in California isn't open. And then I don't know about the other ones. I know what I want to be true.
What?
I want
Well, only one of them is false, right?
One of them is false. One of them is
Yeah.
false.
Oh, I think
There's
it's the Disneyland one. It's not open.
Okay. And Sam, what do you say?
Tyra Banks was a mess. It's all over the news.
Oh, really? Was it bad?
She was a
I'm
mess.
sorry, Sarah.
Was it
Sam
bad?
takes the. Yep, it's
It
100
was
points.
bad, girl.
I'm so mad I missed that.
I didn't
was
actually
bad.
watch it. I just saw it on a headline. It like popped up on my news feed, and I was like, "Ooh."
Wait, was
I
she
was
like
mad.
America Next Top Model? Like,
Okay.
No,
Like
I guess
we
she just
were-
like gave somebody the wrong. Like she told the wrong person that they won or something.
It's
She Bernie
hard
Mac'd
to
it.
Steve Harvey'd it, or
You
just
Steve
like
Harvey'd
it.
live.
My bad.
And I think she's used to like when you're hosting America's Next Top Model, like it's not live. Like doing live television is a beast, and she's stepping in for Tom Bergeron, who's had the job for like 10 years. He's done like 20 seasons of it, you know. And
did he die?
I don't think so.
I
Fact
thought he
check.
died.
I think he just retired. I don't think.
Oh, I thought he died.
Sometimes, Sarah, sometimes people just leave jobs. They don't have to like die. So yes, so all these other ones are true. Just to highlight, I want to circle back to Tyra, but yes, Meghan Markle. What I love is like she's like, "Fuck you, the crown. I'm gonna go snatch a crown over here on Netflix." And
Hello.
her and Prince Harry have signed a deal with Netflix. They're gonna be producing content that is gonna be educational and like meeting the moment. Like Meghan Markle, her roots are dope. She was on Nick News when she was like a kid talking about like equality. Like she at 13 years old was like a reporter on Nick News and was like giving you the info. Like she just has always been dope. Warner Brothers is in fact adapting a comic book superhero called Black, where in this world the only superheroes are black. Like, and they get to save the day.
We just have like the mother gene, and because we have the mother gene, it's like, hello,
And I think it's
superpowers,
gonna-
ho,
that-
goodbye.
That's going to be so interesting because of what fear that's going to get drive to white people, because we're going to be so powerful and they're going to be like, we have to, you know, it's going to put a lot of fear and insecurity. So I think it's going to be this great metaphor of just
Yeah.
like fearing the other. And we as black people get to see black people being so many times we're left out of the superhero narrative. So I think this is going to be like just dope. I'm here for this.
Is this Disney? Oh, Disney.
Warner Brothers.
So, yeah.
Warner Brothers. Yeah. So Warner Brothers. It's not necessarily Warner Brothers owns DC, but this isn't necessarily like a DC project. But And Disneyland, I'm sorry, Sarah. Disneyland is open and ready for business. What did I say? Disneyland is closed? Which one did I
I thought
say?
you said it was open.
Well, you get 100 points. Wait, no.
Wait, no, you said it was closed. Wait, what did
I
I
said
say?
it was closed. I said it was
I
closed.
said it was closed.
And you said that you thought that one was the one that was the lie, right?
No, wait, it is Disney World is open.
Disney World is
Disneyland
open,
is
but
closed.
Disneyland had to lay off 28,000 employees due to the COVID-19 impact because they still can't open. And they're all upset. They're like, California has made it impossible for us to be able to open because California has very strict restrictions because we're in a pandemic.
I don't know if you guys knew, but
right now?
the president of the United States.
Has the
Oh, no.
Rona. Donna got the Rona.
Donna
Who's
got the
trying to
Rona.
go on
I
the
mean,
teacups?
I didn't say that.
Who trying to sit on the teacups right now?
I don't need that one
Yeah,
teacup. I
who's
don't need
trying
that
to buy
one
them
Splash
churro-
Mountain.
I don't
Okay.
need that. I don't need
No.
especially not no Splash Mountain, none of that song of the
You know,
racist ass South in my face.
ma'am,
And I get the
okay.
Rona.
Mhm.
I don't need
Also-
nan one small world. I recognize how small it is, honey. Rona
Also-
been all over it.
I
Okay.
get it.
If Disney would treat their park employees better,
Yes.
Ooh.
because a
Go
lot
off.
of people,
Go
I
off.
know we all artists, and we all know at least one person who has
Works
worked at the
yes.
park.
100%.
And they body shame. They don't pay them very well.
I
Let me
can't
tell you.
handle this. That you're so
too-
right. That you're like, we're all artists and we all know at least one person who's a Disneyland performer, and it's
It is. How many of y'all know someone who was Snow White or
Yes.
Tinkerbell
Oh, I
or
knew Peter Pan.
Aladdin?
I knew the
I-
genie.
I had a
He's no
friend
play.
who she was like the first. It was a big deal because she was the first black like Snow White, and
Mhm.
and then when they were introducing Tiana into the park, it was a big deal because they tapped her to do it, and she was a huge like Disneyland like. She loved working at Disney, but would have to navigate the politics of it as a black woman. And this is like in the 2000s when we didn't have the dialogue. People weren't caught up to like the conversations that we're having now, right? It was like black people were like saying like, okay, we're navigating through a racist society, and everyone's like, no, we're not doing that anymore. Like racism's like we're post-racial, but yeah. So
Damn.
you're right. Disneyland should and like Disney World's open, of course, because that's in Florida. So
Well.
The Santa Pupa, whatever your awful person is.
Disney
Yeah.
World, Florida has different rules. They have different rules. And last thing I do want to highlight is just yes, Sam, you were so right. Tyra Banks was a mess, but here's what I wanted to point out. Tyra had this quote, and she said, "Yeah, I had a lot of fun, but I messed up. I said the wrong words." She said the thing is, I kept going. Forgive yourself when you mess up. Stand the heck up and keep going. And tell the haters, what? I don't know your name. What? I don't see you. What? Because I'm getting up and I'm keeping going. And
I got $1 million in the
Hello.
bank.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. I'm getting paper.
I'm here for Tyra all day, every day. Because, like, for one, she taught me to smize. And two, like, she's very, like, I think she's very,
I live for Sam's face right
She
now.
tries to be inspirational, even though, like, she steps in it when she's like, I'm going to be a fat person for the day and wears a fat costume. And she's like, it was so
Oh,
hard.
no.
Like,
Oh, no.
Listen. I'm not gonna sit here and just like I'm not trying to knock a Tyra.
right.
I'm just not going to forget the ANTM moments in which she just like would cut off like years of a black
Oh.
woman's hair,
Yeah.
where she put everybody in blackface, where
Oh,
she
you're
would tell
right.
people that they're not allowed to cry because it's weakness, where she told somebody that they needed to fix their gap or they couldn't be a cover girl model. Like there were a lot of things that she did that were incorrect,
When
and she
was
hasn't
like,
fully come out and been like,
an
you
apology.
know what, I'm
Mhm.
sorry for all these things. She needs a little work.
And
know?
you're right. I didn't think about it because again, I have just blindly watched decades of American Next Top Model with my other mind, right? Like with my like younger mind. So not like seeing everything that's happening, and instead of challenging the industry, she kind of just perpetuated things of the industry and was
Yes.
But in a way, she was trying to be like, girls, this is what the industry is. But she could have been more of a change maker and said, this is what I think the industry needs to be.
Well,
Mhm.
like for a lot of ANTM, she was trying to be both.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
You know,
Yes.
which,
Because she'd
like-
bring in like a plus size model, or she had.
Or she would talk to the women about like, you know, eating habits or this and that, or she'd like do interviews about like her struggles as a model, but then
Yeah.
go into the show and shit on the girls who were doing it, you know? So it's just like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
boo-boo, you can't, you know.
Well, shout out to Winnie Harlow, who is the only famous person to come out of America's Next Top Model. And she is like, she's got vitiligo,
Yeah.
first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And she's rocking like worldwide campaigns. And she's the only one who I really know of who's like made a name.
Yaya has been in a few movies, and there was that one Adrian.
Oh, and Eva.
And Adrian married the guy from the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, but
I'm
that
sorry,
was
I love you. That has nothing to do with her talent as a model. Goodbye.
Yeah.
What?
Honestly,
so this person has been in movies, and this person married some rich boy.
She
Get
had a
out.
skincare. She did like an infomercial. She had an infomercial line.
Eva was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, or not Beverly Hills.
One of them.
Potomac.
Well, I guess I just like I think I a Potomac. The Potomac, right? The Potomac is one, isn't it? That's
yeah, they just made it. Oh,
that's sad.
We'll talk about Real Housewives later. They're mad problems.
Oh my god.
Oh
god. The Potomac. I think I just like, you're right, Sam. I co-sign on what you're saying. You're so right. Tyra hasn't quite fully owned up to it. I just appreciated, like, as like someone who looked like owning up to, like, I think in this moment the quote rang to me of like, you're gonna mess. I like it when people own up, like, you're gonna mess up. Although she hasn't owned up to her other mess ups, but she did own up to this mess up.
One.
And I think she laughed about it and was like, I'm gonna get better, and was trying to use that as a teachable moment for like, hey everybody, keep going. And people like to like, I think people like to hate on Tyra for the wrong reasons, because they're like, oh, she's pretty and I'm just gonna, you know, and they're just trying to dig at her. But the reasons you stated were right reasons to call her into question.
You're just saying, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm also pretty, so I'm not mad at Tyra for being pretty.
Pretty privilege.
I'm also really good looking, so I'm
not mad at her.
I'm not mad at her about. Anyways, well, there is your first welcome to bonus. Did this happen or did this not? SNL axed their musical guest Morgan Wallen due to COVID protocols he didn't follow.
Is it true? And
Sarah, what do you say? Sarah, what do you say?
Who's Morgan Wallen?
That's not
what
an answer.
I have to say.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, I have no idea who it is. I don't care about him.
And yes, he will not be performing at Saturday Night Live because he left his quarantine to go party in New York City.
Goodbye.
Again, I'd like to remind everybody we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic. SNL's trying to do all the best they can to like keep everybody safe, and like, you ruined your chance of being on SNL.
May I ask you where he hails from, this man?
I don't actually know anything. He's a white guy with, it looks like a mullet.
There it is. Great. Thank you very much.
He's got a mullet.
He happens to be white and a male at the same time. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Is he
Meg the Stallion, though, her performance?
Well, there it is. Our Quizlet corner. Sam, you will take home the prize. Sarah, you were here and we love you.
I'm here.
I'm sharing my winnings with you.
You both win some high fives.